Welcome back to the part 2 of our Spring Boot project. In this video, we are building the controller layer and turning our backend into a fully functional REST API. We will cover REST controller gate mapping and test it all using Postman. Let's jump right into it. All the auto wiring is done. Now we will start with our mapping. So first of all, we'll create one mapping to add users. So we'll say @post mapping. And guys, here it will be REST controller, not controller. So we'll specify REST. Okay, so now we'll say post mapping, and here we'll say users, because we will creating users on this particular URL. So we'll say public user, add user, @request body, user. Guys, remember that we are using here REST controller, so that's why we are using request body. So for saving this is simple, that we'll pass the user object. Okay, that's it for the saving. Now we'll do for saving a book also, so we'll do the same. Copy paste, it will be use of books, and here will be book, and it will be also book. Here we will pass book, and here it will be book repository. That's it for saving the user and book. Now we'll do for lending. So we'll say post mapping, and we'll lend at /lending, and here we'll say public lending, because it will be returning the object of lending model, and we'll say lend book, and it will take parameters as a request parameter, long, and user ID, and again it will take another as book ID. And right now we will return lending repository dot, not lending repository, we'll do lending service. Here we will need lending service. Yep. Now we'll say lending service dot lend book, and we'll pass user ID and book ID. Okay. Now we need for listing all the users. So we'll say @get mapping, because now here we are taking here we are taking data, so we'll say not saving on the database, so we'll say get mapping, and we'll say /users, and say public list, and we'll say user, because it will return the list of objects containing users, and we'll say get user. Simple here will be written, and user repository dot find all. Okay, here we need to import it. Okay, that's it. Now again another would be for listing all the books. So at the rate get mapping, and it will be slash books public list books, and the name would be get books. Again here will be same return book repository dot find all. And now last one is for listing all the landings. So we'll say at the rate get mapping on landings, and we'll say public. It will again return the list of landings. Now we'll say get landings and return landing service dot get all landings. That's it. And one last remaining for returning the landing or returning the book. So we'll say at the rate delete mapping on slash landing slash will give as dynamic, and we'll say public void and delete landing. And it will take parameter as path variable because we are taking variable value from the path. So we'll say path. It will be of type long, and name would be id. So we'll say landing service dot delete landing and id. Okay, that's it for our controller layer. Okay, so let me explain you guys what is going on here. Web apps. So first of all, we will come to our landing service. Here guys, suppose we have created three models. One is book, one is landing, and one is user. Landing would be consist of information of which user has taken which book and on which timing. Book will be consist of the name of the book and id of the book. User will be of name of the user and id of the user. And landing will be of like which user has taken which book on which date. Okay, that's it. So therefore, first of all, when we are making method for lending the book, we are taking that two user ids. First of all, two, not two user id, we are taking user id and another one is book id because both information is needed. And here first of all we are checking that both user and book are available or are available in the database or not. So if we couldn't find it, we will throw exception that user or book is not found. And again we will check if the book is available in our database but it's not available because another user has lended it. So we are checking it here, and if it is not available then we are throwing one another exception which is saying book is already lent out. And then if nothing from this condition, so we'll say that yes, the book is available. But now if the book is available and we are lending it to another person or another user, so we need to set it as false because so after all the conditions are satisfied, then we will say that the state available status to be false because we are lending the book to a user. And we'll say save this data on our database, and after this we will create one empty object of our lending, because it will set the data as which user and which book. So we are saying that user, we have already fetched it here, we were passing it and saving it our lending object, and also we are saving that local date right now, and we are saving it in our database. Like this wise we are just lending the book to the user. Okay, and same for the delete. Okay, after that these methods are being used in our controller here. Yep, here at slash lend. Here we are taking again request parameter user id and book id, as I have explained you in the previous lend service method, here lend book method. Okay, now we wanna check if our web app is working or not. So first of all, we will go in application properties. We have created here schema, so we need to create in our mysql. So we'll quickly create it. Create schema, we'll name it book lending, apply. Okay, apply. We need to make it lowercase. So as we are using REST controller, we don't have any kind of HTML templates. So I have already created React project, so I will show you. And again guys, we need to specify this URL in our Spring Boot. So in previous video, I have told you guys how to do it using annotation named cross origin. So we'll do it here. We'll say @cross origin, and we'll say origins equal to, yep, that's it. And we also need request mapping, and we'll say /API. That's it. Now let us check. We'll see here localhost colon. Okay, so this is our front end guys. So let us check if it is working or not. So we'll say Sunita, not Sunita, we'll say Sahil and add user. See guys, it's added, and now we'll add one book also. We'll say one day. We'll add it, and again we'll add another book. So we'll say it as Mahabharat. We'll add it. Now we just come to our lend section. We'll say here as choose a user. We'll choose as Sahil, and Sahil is going to lend Mahabharat, and we'll say lend a book. Lend successfully guys, and we can check it here, Sahil Mahabharat. Okay, and let us check again. We'll say Sunita is trying one day. Okay, as Sahil has taken the Mahabharat, it's not showing it here. Okay, so we'll say lend a book and lend successfully. So we can see it here. If we return it, like we are returning one day. Okay, that's it guys. If everything works, congratulations, you have built a complete backend. In the description I have linked the simple React app you can clone to interact with these APIs. Feel free to explore, customize and ask questions in comments. That's it for our Spring Boot. We have covered controllers, services, repositories, JPA, MySQL, REST, all from scratch. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe and ring the bell. Let me know what you would like to learn next, security, microservices or something else. Thanks for watching and see you in the next series.